All right, welcome back, everyone. This week we're going to talk about taxes, everybody's favorite subject. Yes, um, there are some things we can do right now before April 15th to help ourselves out. There's also some things we can think about at this time while we're doing taxes to help ourselves out through the rest of the year. So your two deadlines are really April 15th and then December 31st. So we're going to talk about both of those. So let's just step into it. So things you can do before April 15th. Number one, adjust your W-4. So if you've done your taxes and you got a large refund, or let's say you owe a large amount, then something's off with your W-4. Go ahead and adjust that now. You can actually do extra deductions or extra contributions. So up to you, whichever you way want to move that, that works great. Your A4 for Alabama, you can only add additional deductions to that. So, in other words, give the state more tax contributions. You can't take away. So that's the difference there. So take care of that. New provisions with the One Big Beautiful Bill include enhanced standard deductions for everyone, especially if you're a senior. You also get that over 65 deduction on top of your standard deduction, but you also may qualify for that additional enhanced senior deduction up to $12,000 if you're a senior or if you're a married senior. So check that out. Will an IRA contribution help? Sometimes it does, sometimes it does not. Believe it or not, if you are covered by an employer plan at work, and you might also be eligible for an IRA contribution pre-tax. It depends on your income, and you just have to check your tax bracket and the limits for contributions. Um, Likewise, for a spousal IRA, that's a much higher limit. So if you want to look at that, you may actually qualify for that one if you don't qualify for yourself. We use that a lot to help folks out at tax time. So are you getting the 401k match? Now's a good time to check. If you're not, why not? Go ahead and check out what you need to contribute to get that employer match. That's essentially money that you're getting for free. I know it's not really free. Somebody's paying for it, but for you, it just does nothing but help. So if you're not getting that, go ahead and do that today. It's also a good time to fund educational accounts. So April 15th, you can still contribute to an ESA. 529s you can't, but you can contribute through the rest of the year. That'll help you on next year's taxes, especially in Alabama. There's an up to $10,000 deduction for that. All right, so those are the things we can do up to April 15th. So what can we do now and think about through the rest of the year to help ourselves out in the future? So number one, when we get closer to the end of the year, we always start looking at tax loss harvesting. Are there ways to offset some capital gains you've had this year? Conversely, we might look at tax gain harvesting. If you've never heard of this, we're really just essentially trying to fill a bracket. This is especially useful if your income is in a range that you have 0% capital gains tax. So if you're in that situation, we want to take advantage of that. Number two, if you're a business, and depending on your accounting method, you might defer or accelerate income into the next year. It just depends on what you're up against tax-wise, and we can do that analysis before the end of the year. And we do that with all clients to make sure that we're not going to have any surprises tax time. So giving strategies, absolutely. You can do this anytime, and this will certainly help in many situations tax-wise, on top of the giving strategy that we're doing in the first place. So gift bundling, popular one. You bundle some gifts, you do several gifts in one year, then take the standard deduction a number of years after that. It actually becomes more efficient doing it that way versus trying to space out regular contributions that may not hit the itemization limit on the standard deduction. So donor advised funds, another super cool way to offset some taxes and do some good. Um, this one's a perpetual giving strategy. You make a donation during that year, it counts as a deduction for that year. And then from then on, you can make grants at your discretion to various charities. So I love this one, love this technique. Come talk to me if you're interested in that. QCDs, or qualified charitable distributions, anybody over 70 and a half can utilize this. It really comes right off the top. So if you have a lot of pre-tax money, this is a great tool to burn off some of that before you have to pay RMDs, or required minimum distributions, at 73 or 75. Roth conversions, certainly can think about this through the year, and this is definitely one of those tax strategy items that we want to look at closely from a long-term planning perspective. Sometimes they help, sometimes they don't. So it's worthy of a discussion and a little bit of math to figure out if it's helpful to you and your plan. And then do some projected income and tax planning for 2026. If you're using some tax software, I've done this before, go ahead and just, yeah, we know where the tax brackets are going to change, but we can project reasonably well what our income and expenses are going to be. Let's just go ahead and plug in those numbers for next year, see what falls out. Do we need to make some adjustments this year? Do we need to increase our withholding, et cetera? That'll help your W-4 adjustments as well. So there you have it. So these are some of the things you can do now, as well as throughout the rest of the year. If you need help with those, please contact us. We'd be glad to do that. As always, we do a lot of different things here at Inspire Advisors, primarily biblically responsible investing, comprehensive financial planning, and all the rest. There's many other things that we can get into, anything that you might need throughout your financial life. So give us a call. And thank you very much. We'll tackle something next week, and God bless.